G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon or good evening or whatever they say. So today we're going to drop off the motorcycle to my CF Moto dealer, which is Bikes and Bits here in Toowoomba, for its 1,000 kilometer service. So exciting that I've done 1,000 Ks already, and it's good because after the service we can do some rev bombs without feeling guilty on destroying the engine. But on a serious note, it's been pretty good so far. I've had my 900 kilometer review video where I spoke a little bit more about the nuances of the bike and any issues. The only thing that's been an issue is the twitchy throttle and the rubber caps underneath the seat that have gone missing. So the twitchy throttle was mostly fixed by me by just tensioning up this top cable up here. Baz66 has got a video on how to do that. Yeah, that fixed it a lot, but it still probably could have a little bit of adjustment on the bottom cable there. Other than that, still pretty good. So I think the only nickel people are going to have with this bike in the first 1,000 kilometers is that twitchy throttle cable. And with a couple of minutes of adjusting that top one right there, it is, you know, a game changer. So after this 1,000 kilometer service, I want to do a proper fuel analysis, like a fuel consumption analysis, to be able to bring to you all exactly the fuel it does use, because it does vary a lot, and it's good that it shows you on the screen. If I just give you an example, down here you can see the current fuel consumption, and you can adjust it to current and average. So when I spoke about the fuel consumption in my previous video, I was talking about the average, and I've actually gone down even further now to 4 litres per 100 kilometres. Look at all these crates of bikes up there. I could only think that they're all 450 MTs because there's a lot of excitement around them. Actually, I think they're quad bikes, but we'll just pretend. Alright, so we'll drop it off now, and we'll come back later on in the afternoon when we pick it up. Morning.
How are you, mate?
Not too bad. I just dropped my bike around the corner there for a service.
Yep. Righto. Just make sure I've got the right details.
Yeah, no worries.
Anything we need to have a look at, mate? You going alright?
Yeah, it seems to be going alright.
Yeah, good.
I did have to adjust the throttle slack. It was a little bit twitchy.
Yeah, right.
But I just did
you just put a little bit of free play into it?
I just tensioned it up, I think, from the top one. Never done it before, so I don't know if I did it right, but it did ride a bit better. But yeah. Alright, it's the afternoon now here at Toowoomba Bikes and Bits. Just picked up the bike, and look what they've also put on it. It's the high seat. Now obviously I'm a tall rider, and I love the idea of having a higher seat on this bike. Although the lower seat has been okay, but certainly looking forward to getting on this higher seat. Oh, that's fantastic. Straight away, it's so much more comfortable and taller. Perfect. That has really made a big difference to that triangular dimensions of the bike. I can't believe it. Like, it was okay with the shorter seat, but now that I've sat on this taller seat, I'm really impressed with it. I don't feel cramped up on it anymore. It feels like a bigger bike. It's good. A lot of people keep asking me in the comments in every video, how tall am I? I'm 6'1" or 185 centimeters, right? So I've got that out there. Okay, so taller seat, taller windshield, both of those for me, because I'm tall, a real necessity, I feel. Yeah, it's nice. Like, the seat is good. You can slide back and forth on it too, which is nice. So for the first service, it's obviously an oil filter and a check over of the bike, and they stung me $225, which is phenomenal. That's really good value for a first service. I know a lot of people have been paying around the $250 to $300. In fact, there was someone commenting just today on the 450 MT Australia Facebook group saying they paid $400 for their first service. Now, I don't know if that included installing some accessories or something on it. Perhaps it did, but yeah, that's expensive. So they did a good price at that place. It's That's one of my fans that I just passed there. So it's excited that I've got the 1,000-kilometer service done on the bike because I can take it for an off-road adventure, and I've got a little bit more time up my sleeve before the next service. So obviously I still need to get the 5,000-kilometer service, which is the next one, and I've just got into the information here, and that's coming up in 4,030 kilometers roughly. So that's great. There wasn't any software updates that needed to get done, and I knew that because of the app that CF Moto has. It's a pretty phenomenal app. I got them to have a look at my throttle when I was there. I did mention earlier this morning about how I adjusted the throttle, but I wasn't too sure if I've done it right. They may have made a little bit of adjustment to it. So throttle wise, it seems pretty good still. So I'm really happy with the service that Toowoomba Bikes and Bits are providing with this bike, and it's really spot on with the price. So I can't complain there. In fact, it's less than what I would assume it would have been. So good on them for making it affordable for the everyday rider. Well, that's it for today's video. As usual, keep safe out there on the road. Stay on two wheels, not on your head. And I'll see you all next time. Laters!